New TV shows, museum openings, film releases and concerts. It's a lot to keep track of. Let us help. For the week of January 21st, 7 events in New York and elsewhere not to be missed. January 26, please standbyfilm.com. January 22nd, tuntdrama.com. Dakota Fanning is having a moment, starring in 2 very different productions this week. In Please Stand By, she plays Wendy, an autistic Uber Trekkie with a thing for Spock, who runs away from her San Francisco independent living facility on a bold mission of her own, to submit her 500-page script to Paramount Pictures in a contest for the franchise's next movie. But in this sweetly fraught scenario directed by Ben Lewin, The Sessions, and opening Friday, January 26. Deep Space is Hollywood, and her transport modes include a long-haul bus and a retirement village van. And her caregiver, Scotty, Toni Collette, may be the only one who can, beam her back to safety. Ms. Fanning can also be seen in The Alienist, TNT's adaptation, starting Monday, January 22, of the 1994 Caleb Carr best-selling thriller about a crew of serial killer hunters in Gilded Age New York. Here she plays Sarah Howard, a secretary and sleuth trying to thrive in a man's world without losing her femininity and sexuality, she told the New York Times. Catherine Shattuck Jan. 27, RadioCity.com. Around this time last year, Khalid was headlining Sobs, the small Soho venue where many would-be stars make their New York debuts. That room fits about 400 people at most, packed elbow to elbow. Within a few months, he had a quadruple platinum single, The Sweet, insinuating location, a hit album, American Teen, and widespread recognition as one of 2017's most accomplished pop rookies. On Saturday, January 27, Khalid will be back in town to play Radio City Music Hall, capacity, about 6,000. The following night, he's up for 5 Grammy Awards, including Best New Artist. After that, he's off to Europe for a month of shows, one of which falls on his 20th birthday, followed by another round of U.S. amphitheater dates starting in May. Radio City is sold out, but the resale market is there for those who wish to toast Khalid's teen dream. Simon Vosek-Levinson Jan. 23 to March 4. NickBallet.com. New York City Ballet made headlines recently with the news that its leader of nearly 30 years, Peter Martins, had retired following allegations of sexual harassment and physical and verbal abuse. In the past few tumultuous weeks, the company has forged ahead under the direction of an interim team. The future is uncertain, but the radiance these dancers routinely deliver is not. And it will be on display again beginning Tuesday, January 23, when the curtain rises on their winter season. The opening week brings a mix of old and new, with 2 programs dedicated to the work of the founding choreographer George Balanchine, and another featuring ballets from the past 6 years. Included are Justin Peck's effervescent Year of the Rabbit, set to a Sufjan Stevens score, and Composer's Holiday by the young choreographer Gianna Risen, a surprise hit at last fall's gala. Siaban Burke Jan. 22 to 28, labtheater.org. There are times, for a journalist, when one of the great pleasures of the job alerting people to the existence of a cherishable thing smacks up against selfishness. Such is the case with the Barn series, Labyrinth Theatre Company's Festival of Free Play Readings, which starts on Monday, January 22, at Cherry Lane Theatre. Previous incarnations of the series exist with a warm glow in my memory, like the evening in 2012 when Stephen Adly Guirgis presented fragments of two plays, one of which would become his Pulitzer Prize winner, Between Riverside and Crazy. The actor Stephen McKinley Henderson starred in that reading, just as he would when Riverside opened off-Broadway. This year Mr. Guirgis, a former artistic director of Labyrinth, promises an untitled play in progress, with the cast including Mr. Henderson, a company stalwart who might recently have broken your heart in the movie Lady Bird. Among the dozen other readings will be new works by Stephen Belber, QZ Cram, Paula Pizzi, Bob Glaudini, Brett C. Leonard and Florencia Lozano. So do I really want more competition for scarce tickets? Of course not. But come on. I had to tell you. Laura Collins Huggestion 22, HBO.com. Mosaic, the murder mystery that began life as a do-it-yourself whodunit smartphone app, comes to HBO on Monday, January 22, with the conclusion delivered by the creator himself, Steven Soderbergh. But whereas the app thrust players into a maze woven from 7 hours of film snippets offering multiple perspectives on the same story, the killing of Olivia Lake, Sharon Stone, a celebrated children's book author, Mr. Soderbergh's vision is more linear, streamlined to about 5 hours. Was the playfully predatory Lake, a one-hit wonder living in lonely opulence in a Utah ski town, killed for love, lust, or something more abstract? And which of the men in her life, Eric, Frederick Weller, her conman boyfriend, Joel, Garrett Hedlund, the striving artist living in her barn, or one of the scheming high rollers on her mountaintop did the deed? It takes a woman to figure it out, almost as soon as Lake vanishes from the scene and her case declared closed. Mr. Soderbergh introduces Petra, Jean Farfarin, Eric's sister, to tie up loose ends still waving in the Rocky Mountain breeze. Catherine Shattuck through May 27, FolkertMuseum.org. The self-taught artist Henry Darger, 1892–1973, made his extraordinary watercolor battle scenes replete with Civil War-style soldiery, rainbow-striped Christian flags and hermaphroditic girls rendered in a delicately unhinged style that's part Gauguin and part Little Nemo in Slumberland to accompany an epic typewritten novel some 15,000 pages long with the abridged title The Story of the Vivian Girls in what is known as the Realms of the Unreal. The chance to see those original 14 volumes, discovered along with Darger's artwork in the messy single room in Chicago where he spent most of his life, is reason enough to make it to Vestiges and Verse at the American Folk Art Museum. Opaquely evocative writing and drawings by 20 more outsider talents, from Jean Daniel Allen to Adolf Wolfley, are a bonus. Woolhinrich Jan. 25 and 27, thekitchen.org. The recent revival of the music of Julius Eastman, the composer who thrillingly reimagined musical minimalism but died in obscurity in 1990, has arrived in New York with That Which Is Fundamental, a series at the Kitchen in Manhattan. An exhibition curated by Tiona McClodden focuses on Eastman's identity as a black, gay musician, bringing together archival documents with reflections on his work from a range of artists. On January 25, the SEM Ensemble, with whom Eastman regularly collaborated, brings to life two 1974 masterworks, The Euphoric and Grand Feminine, and the jittering, playful Joy Boy. The Arcana New Music Ensemble will play Eastman's early work Throughway on January 27, along with an Eastman-themed spoken word piece by More Mother. Eastman concerts continue through February 3, and will include renditions of his stunning mass ensemble works Gay Gorilla and The Holy Presence of Joan d'Arc. William Robin.